runs in the first 2 innings, and Troy Gloss is looking for more in the bottom of the second, but Rondell White lays out. Oh, a Web Gem Deluxe. Gloss can't believe it. Yeah, he caught it. Full extension to keep this game tied at 5. Bottom 4, we're still tied at 5. Mike Thurman in the game. David Wells lasted just 2 innings. Darren Erstad going to test White again. Not on this day, don't do it. We go to the 5th. Yankees load the bases with 2 outs. Chris Widger, the slow roller to Benji Gill, avoids the runner, makes the play. Angels out of the jam. Still tied at 5 in the bottom of the 9th. Bases full of Angels. Alex Ochoa to 3rd. Robin Ventura steps on the bag. Mike Stanton out of the jam. And we go to extra innings. Top 12 still tied at 5. Bases full of Yankees for Alfonso Soriano, who came in this game as a pinch runner in the 9th. And here he is hitting. Adam Kennedy almost makes the great play flipping to first, but Scott Spezio, while he's on the ground reacting to the call, a second run comes across. Posada pinch running scores. This is the play at first that led to 2 Yankee runs. And the Yankees up 7-5 in the 12th. Ramiro Mendoza gets Kennedy looking to end the ballgame. Late arrivals paid dearly. The teams combined for 10 runs and 13 hits in the first 2 innings, and then only 2 runs and 11 hits the rest of the way. The 2 runs coming on 1 infield single and 3 walks in the 12th inning, and that's the way the Yankees finish up their season-long 12-game road trip at 7-5. Yankees pen tosses 10 scoreless. First time that's happened since the Red Sox pen did it last June.
Tribe trying to avoid a 4-game sweep in Seattle and well on their way. They're up 6-2 in the 6th inning. Ryan Franklin pitching to Ricky Gutierrez. 2-man aboard. Gutierrez will plate Jim Thome and Milton Bradley. It's 8-2 Indians, and this one should be over, right? Same inning, Chris Magruder at the plate. Ichiro. People forget he won the Gold Glove. Inning over, Tribe would get 4 in the frame. Bottom 6, Brett Boone against Dave Elder. Brett Boone has just left the building. 18th on the year. Suddenly, 8-6 Indians. Same inning, Ben Davis against Jake Westbrook. 2 on, M's down 8-6. Davis. Little pop to shallow right, and the Indians with 3 players in the vicinity. And Gutierrez has it carry him off his glove. 2-run score, and we're tied at 8. It was ruled a triple. You gotta love that hometown official score. Wow. Top 9, Lee Stevens against Kaz Sasaki with 1 on. Stevens, the knock, brings in Travis Fryer, brings Fryman to 3rd. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Next batter, Bill Selby, who was a teammate of Sasaki in Japan. Selby singles to right, Fryman scores. Indians go up 9-8. They would hold on to win this one by the final of 10-8. 30 hits, 18 runs. Sellout crowd of over 46,000, second highest attendance at Safeco. Also came in with 16 consecutive scoreless innings. 2-0 Sox. Nomar at the plate. Top of the 3rd. Trot Nixon and Nomar go back-to-back. 18th on the year for Garcia Parra. Bottom 3, Bill Hasselman at the plate. Nomar with his bat, Nomar with his glove and arm. Hasselman nailed it first. Top 4, 6-0 Sox, and Nomar comes calling again. Gone. 2-run homer, 19th on the year. 8-0 Sox. Bottom 4, A-Rod at the plate. Though 7K through 4, 20 consecutive scoreless innings for Martinez. Bottom 5, Hasselman at the plate. Just looking. 21 consecutive scoreless innings. Bottom 7, 9-0 Sox. Herbert Perry. 1-1 to Perry. Little flare to center. Johnny Damon will come in. Pedro, 7 innings, no earned, 3 hits, 1 walk, 10 Ks. Consecutive streak of scoreless innings, 23 and counting. 11-3 the final in this one. Pedro goes 7 strong. He's now 14-0 against the American League this year. Nomar 4 for 4, 3 RBIs, 3rd multi-home run game this month. Juan Gonzalez may miss the rest of the season with strained ligaments in his right thumb.
Carlos Beltran, top 1, no score, 2 outs. Torrey Hunter, Dustin Moore converge. Nobody comes up with it. And the ball's rolling all the way to the other side of the field. Beltran does not stop running. 1-0 Royals. We take another look what happened out there by the big baggie. Hunter and more just sort of knock each other out of the play. Bottom 9, Twins down 4-3. Corey Koski at second. Luis Rivas off of Roberto Hernandez. Base hit. Koski running home. Beltran the throw. The play at the plate, and Koski is out at the plate. Next batter, 2 outs. Neifi Perez throws the ball in the dirt, and Luis Rivas scores to tie the game at 4. How about that? Bottom 10, bases loaded. Tony Pena tells his left fielder Michael Tucker, play here. Where is the here?
There.
The here is in the infield. Point him out, please. There's Michael Tucker, your left fielder. And Jason Grimsley to Doug McCavish doesn't sort of matter if you can strike him out. So Pena comes out and says, now, play over here between first and second. Where's Michael Tucker? There he is. Christian Guzman, the rally cap. 1 out. There's your defensive alignment. Corey Koski hits one at first. Chan Perry, the stop, throws home, and he hits Koski square in the chest. And Torrey Hunter plates the winning run, but there's no celebration because Koski is down for the count. This is out number 2 as he touches first with the ball, and then right in Koski's chest. He would be carted off to the hospital, x-rays negative. Koski, a netminder for his high school hockey team in Manitoba, taken to the hospital again, x-rays negative. He's going to be sore for a few days, the team trainer said. Said Torrey Hunter, I was excited to win the game, but then I saw everyone running towards first base. I'm sure he's be all right. He's a goalie. The Twins clearly all right, 19-4 since the break.
Corey Lido had a little something special for the Tigers on Sunday. There's the Hall of Famer Ernie Harwell calling his final game in Oakland. Randall Simon facing Lido. To center, Terrence Long makes the grab. Bottom 3, Miguel Tejada facing Mike Maroth. Here's Ernie Harwell.
Tejada swings as they drive to left. It's going to be trouble, and it is long gone.
True treasure, Ernie Harwell. Tejada extends his hitting streak to 24 games on his 25th homer. Lido working on a perfect game facing Wendell McGee, top 6. Right in front of Eric Burns. Lido loses his perfect game, no outs in the 6th. Lido facing Simon with 2-minute board in the 7th, entices him to hit into the 4-6-3 double play. Lido and 3 relievers combining on a 1-hit shutout. A's pick up the victory. Lido 1.53 ERA at home in his last 4 starts. Had 6 Ks on the afternoon.
I guess. Top 2, Bonds facing Chris Benson. Career walk number 1486, 5th all-time on that list. Top 6, 2 on, 1 out. Pitching coach Spin Williams comes out for Chad Ozias. Manzanillo gets to loosen up. JT Snow up at the plate now, and Snow got it. 6th of the year to right. Snow had 5 RBI in this game. Up next, Reggie Sanders, and he got it. 16 home runs on the year. Benson left in 2 batters too long. So in comes Manzanillo, up comes David Bell, and wouldn't you know it, new pitcher, same old result. 2nd of the game for Bell, 17th of the year, back to back to back, a turkey. 8-2 Giants, bottom 6-2 on Craig Wilson against Kirk Reeder. And Wilson makes this one interesting with a 3-run shot. His 2nd of the game. Wilson has 8 homers on the year. Top 9, 9-5 Giants. Here comes Barry.
Offensively, he just pitched to Bonds. Bonds hits a high drive. Right center field. This one is way back. It is out of here. Bonds with his 31st and career number 598.
Barry, your thoughts?
I was just hitting line drives and home runs and playing the game and trying to stay consistent. And next minute, I'm real close to 600 home runs.
6 homers on the day for the Giants to lead the NL in that department with 143. Kirk Reeder becomes the first Giants left-hander to win 10 games since Johnny Antonelli in 1959. As for Bonds, nearing 600 in the city, for which he had 176 of them. Had him feeling a bit nostalgic. Things happened so fast in my career, he said. I remember hitting number 400 when Jim Leland was managing the Marlins, and now I'm 2 away from 600. Stay tuned for yet more from Bonds, the subject of our Sunday conversation.
Omar Dahl facing his former team in Philly. He was the Phillies opening day starter a year ago, baffling Doug Glanville. Placido Polanco just looking as well. Bobby Abreu admiring. Dahl setting the tone early with his arm. And with his bat, battling Brett Myers in the third. It's deep and it's not playable. 3 for 26 on the year and a solo homer, second of his career. 1-0 Dodgers. Dahl in control in the fifth, facing Marlon Anderson. Getting a little bit of help. Mark Grudzielanek, barehanded play to end the inning.
Oh.
Larry Boa doesn't agree, and he'd like to get his money's worth. Let's look at it again. It appears that Anderson was beaten by the ball and barely out. Boa was not tossed for his discussions. Paul LaDuca leading off the next inning. Myers' pitch is called a strike, and not happy with the Dodgers. Bottom six, Phillies down 1-0. Bases loaded. Situation they haven't done well in all season long. Mike Lieberthal at the plate, and the whip. Check swing went. Bottom eight, 3-2 LA, 2 on, 2 outs. Jimmy Rollins against Paul Quantrill. Just looking. Phillies drop a 4-3 decision. Sweet revenge for Dahl. Second career homer. 6 1/3 innings work. 6 hits, 2 runs, 5 Ks. Myers making his third major league start, allowed 7 hits, 3 runs in 7 innings.
Diamondbacks Mets welcome Ty Wigginton to the major leagues in place of the injured Robbie Alomar, called up Sunday, and he's a factor. A 3-run shot to tie the game in the bottom of the third, a tying home run for Ty. And the Met fans, I don't know who this guy is, but he's awesome. Bottom 4, D-backs up 7-5, and Roger Cedeno makes it a 1-run game. 5th homer of the season. Next batter, Timo Perez to the plate. And he hits one deep. Mets dugout likes it, and for good reason. We are tied at 7. Mets coming back again. Timo's 6th of the season. Top 7, 2 men on for Luis Gonzalez, facing Mark Guthrie, who hadn't given up a run in 27 straight innings dating back to May 25th. Runners on the corners, an 0-2 pitch. He keeps fouling them off until he gets one that he likes. 3-run shot, 24th of the season, and the Diamondbacks up again, 10-7. Bottom 8, 2 on. Byung-Hyun Kim against Mike Piazza, rips this one a lip. Luis Gonzalez at the wall makes the catch. Piazza thought he tied the game. Same inning, Byung-Hyun Kim picks off Joe McEwing. No, he does not. Marvin Hudson calls McEwing safe. Craig Counsell applying the tag. Bob Brenly doesn't like Marvin Hudson's call. A lot of umpires and managers going at it in this show so far. Same at bat, Mo Vaughn bounces to short. Brenly wasn't around to see this. He got tossed. The Diamondbacks win the game 12-7. Luis Gonzalez, 6 for 11, 2 homers, 8 runs in the first 3 games of this series. All Arizona wins.
Facing Edgar Renteria. 2 men aboard, no score. A shot to third. Wes Helms can't handle it. Mike Matheny will score 1-0 Cards. Bottom 5, Henry Blanco fouls it to the right side. And is that Tom Green? That looks like Tom Green.
He made the catch.
That is Tom Green. Bottom 8, Cardinals leading 1-0. Jason Marquis, the pitcher, is a pinch runner. Rafael Furcal back through the box. Marquis safe at the plate. Ties the game at 1. The replay showed he was safe, although Joe Morgan during the game with John Miller said he thought he was out. Tony La Russa says, I agree with Joe Morgan. Bottom 9, Gary Sheffield against Dave Veers. 1 for 15 in his career against Veers. Here's John Miller.
That one into left center, but Pujols looks up. It's gone! He hit it one-handed.
Can you believe the pitch that Sheffield took out? Ended Andy Bennis's night. Damian Moss, 8 innings, no earned. Sheffield, 2 for 4, his 19th home run, 4th career walk-off home run. Bennis has not allowed more than 2 earned runs in any of his last 4 starts, but didn't get a decision in this one. John Smoltz got the win. The Braves, the best in the National League at 22-13 in 1-run games.
Gary Carter bobblehead doll day. There's the real Gary Carter on hand. Astros Expos top 2 no score. 2 men on for Kirk Saarloos. He's the pitcher, and he's helping his own effort. Oh yeah. Orlando Merced, Jeff Blum come on down. Astros lead 2-0 and only the 2nd career hit for Saarloos. Bottom 2 a man on here. Saarloos pitching to Troy O'Leary. Pops one up. Darrell Ward and left. catches the big cat napping way off of second base. Bottom 7, Expos down 5-1. Pitcher to Jose Macias. Takes Ricky Stone. Deep and gone. 3-run jack, 4th of the year. It's a 1-run game. Bottom 9, 2 men on. It's Macias facing the closer, Billy Wagner. Looking. And the Astros take the weekend set. National League Rookie of the Month for July. Got an auspicious August start. 1 run in 5 1/3 plus 2 RBIs. Sarlos now
over. Oh, wow. Tied at 4 in the 7th, 2 on for Eric Hinsky. Jerry Hairston, this is a tough play for anybody to make, and he doesn't do it either. Wayne Wise scores 5-4 Jays. Bottom 8, same score, trying to add to it. Chris Woodward is up. You're calling on Hairston again. Steps on second, flings to first. Nice.
It's all the way around. That's really graceful footwork.
Here's Escobar. Blew one the other night, 2 out, facing Chris Singleton.
Well, he certainly made it interesting here at the end. He's got a great arm. Command's been a problem. He got 2 outs, had a 2-strike count, 1 pitch away from the game ending. Next thing you know, Gary Matthews, he's a guy, Harold, I've been waiting. I tell you what, I think he's got a chance to be an outstanding player.
He hit the game-winning home run off Escobar on Friday, gets walked on 4. Oh, and a nice off-speed pitch to get Tony Batista. That is a Jays victory, 5-4. So Delgado, Harold sort of said, oh boy, 432 straight. How's that sound compared with Ripken's 2,632? 2,200 more consecutive games than Delgado. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
That is ridiculous. Dogs in a 1-0 game. Tough afternoon behind the plate. It always is, but for Gary Darling, he'll probably remember this one. He got hit in the face. His mask is knocked off.
There's nothing funny about that either. That hurts.
He'd be all right, though. Stay in the game. Top 6, the big hurt on second. White Sox up 2-1. Go back to Saturday when he was on second. Royce Clayton singled into right center. Thomas was trying to score here. He didn't slide. He got nailed on the throw from Jason Conte. Now Sunday, Clayton's at the plate again.
Don't tell me.
He's going to single through the right side. Thomas is off again. Heading home.
Jason Conte can really throw. Very accurate, too.
And he slid that time, and you could argue maybe wipe the catcher out on that play. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
2-1, Aubrey Huff at the plate, solo shot. I said I didn't know.
No, I know. I'm just
Mark
saying.
Burley.
He can't win. He was nose.
Tied at 2. Another one gone to left. Jared Sandberg.
Hey, Sandberg, Tampa Bay, this month, their young guys have really brought some life to this team, and they're playing pretty good in the last week and a half.
Not only that, this was a team that came in 4-14 against lefties, and they hand a loss to Mark Burley, who now is 14-8. You figure mismatch on paper. Has cost him some victories, but he is everything that we all thought he'd be. He got Jay Payton there, Terry Shumpert staring, and then Todd Helton breaking ball. You've seen just about the arsenal.
Well, you've also got a chance to see over his last few starts where he's starting to get some calls, too. That helps.
That'll come, so will that. Nice catch out there in right. Gabe Kapler. 5th inning, Pryor. Jack Cust got that game-tying home run, and then in his other 9 at-bats, he has done that.
Buck, what was your assessment of Pryor?
Well, I think a lot of hitters are hoping that they don't face a pitcher, Jack Cust especially, like Pryor every night, and they won't. He's got a chance to be very special. I like the idea. He's thrown some changeups here, too, in his highlight. It really made a difference. Really not fair when he can locate a fastball and outstanding curveball and then break out the changeup. A little risky letting a guy like that throw 135 pitches. Really no need for it, but at the same time, to get that shutout in his mind, create some confidence, I can understand what they're thinking.
They get 4 runs without Sosa getting a hit, 0 for 3, and you saw all the 0 fors. The Rockies continue to be the worst hitting team away from home.
I should say try to get that shutout. He got scored on the last inning.
Complete game, 13 Ks, though. Pretty impressive for the young man.
Milwaukee and Florida. That is Ruben Quevedo. 2nd in the National League. Home runs allowed, 22, 23.
Milwaukee comes up with more home runs on a little stint of playing opportunity than anybody.
Kevin Millar's a good hitter. I tell you what, this is a very right-handed hitting, conducive ballpark. Hopefully they won't be there much longer in that ballpark.
25. 6-0 Marlins on Derek Lee's 19th.
You know, you filed your snap, crackle, pop. I used to like that.
Miguel Tejada. Richie Sexton. 6 Ks on the day for Tejada, and the Marlins win 7-2. You can just feel the sort of passion and excitement circumstances.
I did a game there Wednesday. They got a quality young pitching staff, too. Got to see Beckett firsthand. You can see.
Big day for Russell Branyan. Top two, man at third, Branyan. Came over in the trade from the Indians. Gives the Reds a 2-0 lead. Bottom two, bases loaded for the former Marlin Mark Kotze. Facing Ryan Dempster, and goes down and gets it. A grand slam. Padres 5-2. Top four, Reds down 5-4. Russell Branyan comes calling again. He homered on Saturday. He'd already homered in the second, and he's homered again. This one also off Bobby Jones. Tied at 5 on the solo bomb. Bottom five, Padres up 6-5, bases loaded. Eugene Kingsale. To right center, Kotze, Klesko, Nevin will score. 9-5 Padres. Kingsale with a double. Top seven, runner at first. Reds are down 10-8. And guess who comes calling again? It's Russell Branyan. Facing Mike Holtz.
Oh, boy.
Oppo. Third bomb of the game, and we're knotted at 10. Bottom eight, still tied at 10. Gabe White facing Kotze. And getting the whiff, and Kotze is not pleased. Top nine still tied at 10. Trevor Hoffman coming into the game. And this guy's nodding off.
Wake up.
Branyan with a chance at a fourth home run, and this guy's snoozing.
Something back.
Hoffman. Hey! Hey! Hoffman would walk Branyan, no 4-home run day. Later in the inning, Hoffman would be pulled after allowing a double to Brandon Larson. Todd Walker facing Tom Davey, top nine. Oh, yeah. 15-10, the Reds. Branyan became the first Red to hit 3 bombs in a game since Greg Vaughn did it July 1999 against the Cubs. Branyan, 6th player to have 3+ homers in a game this season.